Okay, so now I want to take the derivative of f here, and so what you notice is I have a function plus a function. So the derivative here is going to be the derivative of the first function plus the derivative of the second function. Okay, and so now I have a number, or a constant, in other words, times a function. So the derivative of a constant times a function, remember we copy our constant times the derivative of our function. So we're going to copy that number 3 times the derivative of our function. Plus, same thing here. Look, I have a number 5 times my function secant x. So I'm going to copy my constant, copy that number down, times the derivative of secant. Okay, and so now I need to figure out what's the derivative of cotangent. 1 cotangent, 2 cosecant, and remember that c's are bad, they're negative. So here, I'm going to say that this is negative cosecant, squared x, and then plus 5, and then 1 tangent, 2 secant, right? So I already have 1 secant, so I need a tangent secant. And that's how I have my derivatives here. And so you could technically, if you wanted to, just, write 3 times the negative. So you get negative 3 cosecant squared x plus 5 tangent x secant x. Okay, so now when we look at part D though here, what do you notice? We don't have like a function plus a function or a function minus a function. We have a function multiplied by another function, right? I have x squared times tangent x, so that indicates to me that I should use the product rule. And so if I'm trying to find the product of this, I remember that it's the derivative of the first function, copy the second, plus the first function times the derivative of the second. Okay, and so if you wanted to label these like, f of x and h of x and plug them in and do it that way, you absolutely could, but I usually use this way because for me it's shorter. And so now the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared, and I copy my tangent x still, plus copy my x cubed. Now I'm looking at tangent, the derivative tangent of x, which is secant squared. Remember, 1 tangent, 2 secant. And so of course, or you could write it like this, 3x squared tangent, like without the parentheses basically is what I'm writing. But it really doesn't matter.